Welcome back. I'm Austin Westfall. You've been looking at live images from Skyfox as we continue to watch the Lake Hughes area and the mountains surrounding the community burn. And this is a helpful tool they have where they're able to show what the area looks like during the daytime. Gives you some perspective on the type of terrain that we're dealing with and the types of communities that are in the immediate area. You see Tapia Canyon Road is where that particular hotspot is. We do have the mayor of Santa Clarita standing by, Bill Maranda. Santa Clarita is the largest city that's closest proximity to where this is burning, Mr. Mayor. What are you hearing tonight, and what's the chief concern? Is it wind conditions in the overnight hours?
Yeah, wind conditions are the primary concern. We're in a big valley, as you know, and winds can swirl and winds can carry embers, sometimes a mile and sometimes as long as 2 miles away. So those areas within the city that feel terribly safe still have to be on alert, and because the winds could change the whole game.
You know, you and I were talking a little bit offline about how I'm familiar with the area. I've covered fires in the Santa Clarita Valley. Can you let our audience know how familiar your community is? It's a community of 200,000 people plus, but so many there would say that it still has a small community vibe to it. What's the history of wildfires there? You guys are no stranger to these things.
And that's fortunate and unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we've had so much experience with wildfires. That means we've had lots of them. And but it's fortunate because we've also gained a lot of experience dealing with wildfires and disasters that go along with that. The biggest fires recently that come to memory are the Sand Fire, which was huge, and the Tick Fire, where we evacuated 40,000 people. So those fires are still in recent memory. They were within the last 15 years here in Santa Clarita. Right now, that experience has been super important in preparedness. We are well prepared. We have great communication systems with all the local agencies, the fire department, the sheriff's department, the Forest Service, the county, the government services in Sacramento, the county services. And I want to shout out to our county supervisor, Catherine Barger, who's done a great job of assisting us. And George Whitesides, our congressman, has been very supportive, offering help that's from Washington, D.C. if we need it. As I said, Sacramento's reached out to us. We have great support, and we're very thankful for that. We also are very thankful because most of those firefighters on the line right now, they've been on the line 24 hours for like 9 days. And they're fighting fires full time. They're not, taking time off, and they're not slowing down any. They're on adrenaline, and they're doing a great job. So we're very thankful for them.
What message do you have for your city's residents? My understanding is that the fire is burning very close to the city limits. We know it's burning within LA County territory, communities like Castaic and Lake Hughes. How close is it to Santa Clarita proper?
It's as close can be, to be honest with you. It's right. It's knocking on the door. The smoke is all over Santa Clarita. The fires can be seen pretty much throughout our city. It's honestly, it's scaring many of our residents, and I want to let them know. I want to let our residents know that we are extremely prepared for anything that comes along. Now, does that mean we can relax and not worry about it? Absolutely not. Pack that evacuation bag. Have it ready. When you get the warning, be ready to walk out the door. And hopefully you'll never get the call to actually evacuate. But if you do, evacuate immediately. That's one of the things we've learned from the recent fires. Some of those people challenged the evacuation, did not evacuate as quickly as possible, and that caused problems, and in some cases, even death. We don't want that to happen here in Santa Clarita.
So let's just talk about what we're looking at here. So, and I don't know how clearly you can see the images on the screen. but we're looking at an
It's,
area called Tapia Canyon Road. I'm going to imagine that this is somewhere within that mountainous region within the Lake Hughes area.
yes,
What do people
yes.
need to know about this area? It's obviously not in the middle of your city. We're talking about a mountainous region north of your city, but what kind of structures maybe out here? Are there any? Oh, and we're watching a water drop
Yeah,
happen in
well,
real time.
the Castaic has a number of homes, a large number of homes. It's a pretty large town for a town. It's not comparative to Santa Clarita, but it's a pretty large town, and a lot of people live there. A lot of new construction has gone up there. It's uh, it's a wonderful community. They have a town council over there that does a good job, but right now they're under fire.
Yeah. We just saw them turn on the day side Google Maps image, if you will, and it showed us the outline of Castaic Lake. What do they normally use Castaic Lake for during these firefights? I think I've seen super scoopers picking up water from that lake. To your understanding, has this fire impeded their ability to do that?
Well, I know that they were using scoopers earlier. I don't, as I see the smoke, I doubt that they're using them right now over Castaic Lake, but they might be. I just don't know. But Castaic Lake is a wonderful, large lake where a lot of boating takes place. Water from Castaic Lake flows into the city of Los Angeles. And we have a lagoon. We have a lake and a lagoon. A lagoon is used for swimming and beach sort of environment. But when it comes to fires, water is not a problem for us, at least not in the foreseeable future. We're doing well water wise, and we have because of the reservoir, and we also have Piru Lake that's not that far away that the scoopers can go and get lots of water if they need it.
Let's say this fire keeps on burning north. We're looking at lots and lots of mountains. What eventually is out there? Are there little structures peppered in, if you will, throughout these mountainous areas?
There probably are. Not too many, I would guess. I've driven up to five many times and have not seen very much in the way of structures. So there probably not many, but you know what? If there's one or two or three and they burn down, that's a crisis.
Yeah. And what's unfortunate is we're still at 0% containment. Any message for anybody who's watching this before we head off for the evening
Yeah,
here, Mr. Mayor?
yeah. Again, I want everybody to know, there's a sense of urgency, okay, a little sense of, possible disaster coming our way. So we have to be ready. We have to be prepared. We have to be vigilant. But on the other hand, we're cautiously optimistic that we're going to be able to handle whatever comes up our way.
Yeah. To your understanding, has forward progression of the flames decreased at all? I mean, obviously, we're still looking at active flames on our screen, but has it
Yeah,
calmed down?
yeah. We're in a better position at this hour than we were, let's say, at 3 p.m. So we're in a better position. On the other hand, the winds will make the decision. Unfortunately, that's what we have to wait for. If the winds slow down and let us get the fire under control and containment, we'll be fine. But if the winds kick up and cause those embers to fly all over the place, then new ball game.
As is the situation with all these things, we're at the mercy of the weather. All right, Santa Clarita Mayor Bill Miranda, thanks for staying up late with us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the interview and I appreciate the time you've given our city.
Absolutely.